Hey guys, Anthony here from Signal by Sony, a show about everything Sony makes, and we are about to get an exclusive first look at the newest addition to the NEX family, the NEX-6. I'm here once again with Kenta from the Sony Digital Imaging team. Kenta, tell us what is unique about the NEX-6.
Well, we're really excited about the NEX-6 because it's an addition to the E-mount camera system. So we have the F3 on the entry side, the 5R, and then the NEX-7. The NEX-6 goes right in between the 5R and the 7. Okay. And we developed this camera because we learned a lot about developing these other cameras. And what we found was that customers really wanted experience similar to a DSLR.
Okay.
So we learned that the 16 megapixel image sensor was really well reviewed. So this is what we used.
Okay, so that's the same one you're going to find in the 5R.
Exactly. So it's a 16.1 megapixel image sensor, APS-C. It also has hybrid AF system. So
okay.
It has the phase detection and contrast detection AF.
Okay, so that's good. That's the one that you were showing me before, that really fast focusing in low light, but then they work together in bright light to give you super duper fast focus.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's not it about this camera. What we wanted to do was give it more of a DSLR-like experience. So you can see that we have the electronic viewfinder, the OLED viewfinder, which we borrowed from the NEX-7. On the bottom, we have a control dial, so very similar to what we have on the NEX-7. But on top of that, we have a physical mode dial. This is what a lot of people wanted.
That's nice, yeah.
A lot more direct control. If you want to go straight into manual, very easy to do. You don't have to do any menu diving.
So in addition to the double dial control here, there is an additional function button up here.
Yeah, so this is something we borrowed from the NEX-7 as well. So the function button is really great because you can call up menus really quickly without any menu diving. So I'm going to do that right now. Once I press the function button, then there's a series of menus that I have here. And you can program this any way you want.
Okay, so these are all whatever my favorite menus are, whatever I access the most, I can do with that button.
Yep.
That's cool.
So a lot more direct controls in a really small body.
Yeah, that's great. I noticed in the main menu there's a little Wi-Fi button too.
Yes, there is. So that's something that we introduced with the 5R. We're continuing that with the NEX-6. If you go here into the menu, you can see that this is applications. It's a very different way of thinking about firmware, I guess, upgrades. So another way to approach it is like how smartphones are doing it. You know, if you want an app, if you want a specific functionality, you just download it. If you don't like it, you just delete it.
That's
so
cool.
It's very simple to use. A couple of cool stuff, direct upload to perhaps Facebook or Play Memories Online. You can also tether your smartphone to do remote viewing, which is going to be really cool.
That's awesome.
And then there's a couple more coming out later this year. One of my favorite ones is time-lapse photography.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
like a dedicated function for that.
Yep.
That's
so
great.
You can download that onto this camera, and then you can do a lot of creative stuff with it.
Very cool. And then, of course, one of the other big physical differences that I'm noticing here is this is not the kit lens that we are used to.
Yeah, this is a new kit lens. So unlike the 1855, it's much smaller. And as you can tell, I'm turning it off. It's a retractable power zoom lens.
Oh, so that's much more carryable then.
Oh yeah, yeah. So a couple other things. It's the aperture is 3.5 to 5.6. You can also see that there's a couple controls here. Here is a rocker lever, so you can power zoom in and out. But also, this is a control ring in the front to do focusing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and also zooming as well. So if you prefer to zoom using a traditional control ring, you can do that as well.
That's great.
Kit lens. So, you know, no compromises here. And then, you know, once you turn it off, it will retract back.
So this is 16 to 50. What is the aperture on this one?
Aperture is 3.5 to 5.6. So
awesome.
What you get on an 1855, same kind of speeds, but in a very small package.
Very cool. And then along with the release of the 6 and the new kit lens, there are a couple other lenses coming out as well, right?
So we're expanding our E-mount lens system. We have two new lenses to show you today. Okay. The first one is a 10 to 18 constant f4 lens.
Oh, cool.
It's a long-awaited wide-angle zoom lens.
That's nice. Yeah. Awesome. And then this one.
That's probably going to be your next favorite lens.
Okay.
It's a 35 f1.8 prime lens. It's very fast, very, you know, it's something great for portraits, great for landscapes.
This is awesome. This is just like that constant walk around portrait lens.
Yeah, and for you, especially for street photography and
stuff.
That's the lens you
great.
want.
I love this. So when is all this stuff coming out and what can we expect for pricing on it?
Yeah, so the NEX-6 with the new kit lens is $1,000.
Oh, wow.
Without it is $850.
That's great.
And then we have the 35 f1.8. This will be coming in December for $450.
Okay.
And then the 10 to 18 will be $850 coming in November. And I forgot to mention the NEX-6 will be in November as well.
Awesome. These are great, Kenta. Thank you so much. As always, you can visit the Sony website for all the details, and to stay on top of everything Sony makes, you can watch more Signal videos at youtube.com/signal. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Anthony signing off.